Yeah, hello everyone. This is just gonna be a very small, short video, how to make a dash. I've been looking around on YouTube, seeing a lot of. Obviously, this is not a new concept, but a lot of these scripters on YouTube, they've been giving you dashes that fling you, or are tediously to. You gotta watch a long video basically to find out how to implement your dash system. And I wanted to make a dash system that doesn't fling you when you're close to a wall because that's what I've encountered while working on a project. And I found out that you could use a line position to basically move your character. Whereas a lot of these scripters on YouTube, they're using body velocity, linear velocity, all that type of stuff, which will fling you. Um, they say it might not if you lower the force, but it's tricky. Anyways, so we're gonna start off with going to start a player script. We're gonna make a quick local script. So we do this, and we need to import our services. So, and those are, let me see, let me think about this. I'm just gonna copy paste them from a previous script that I made. Basically, just this stuff. Let's forget the duplicate storage. I'm not gonna be using that. This tutorial is gonna be very basic, very simple. So first of all, what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna make a quick function, or let's make some declarations actually. For example, our local player, that's just players dot local player. Local character is player dot character, or sometimes a character doesn't load in quick enough, so you do player dot character. I think it's character added. Let me just double check. Yeah, character added, and you wait for it. Such as this. Alright, now that we player. And we also are going to need the humanoid root part, which is part of the player's character. So, humanoid root part. Alright, perfect. Then we're going to make a function that receives our user input. Hence, we import this UIS. We go function. I'm going to name it action manager. And we don't need parameters for this function. First, we're going to do UIS.input begin and connect it up to a function. And that function will be taking, as it says right here, it's going to take an input and it will take the game process event. That's basically like typing in the chat, clicking on the Roblox UI. So we don't really care about that, so we're going to go if GPE, then return end. And then, and quickly, I'm going to make our binds. And I know a lot of games use Q for dash. So let's make a binds table here. For dash, we're gonna go enum.keycode.q. Let's go. We go if input.keycode equals our binds dash, our dash bind basically. Then we're gonna do stuff. Let's see. For that stuff to be done, we gotta make our align position object. So this is where we're gonna go do it. We're gonna go function make align position, and we're gonna need the position of our humanoid root part, basically the length we want to spawn it in for, and the parent, which is our humanoid root part again. First, we need to make an attachment. Instance.new and type in attachment, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna go local AP, which is align position, instance.new align position. Oh, and at the same time, you can pass it a optional parameter, which is for parent. We're gonna pass in the parent parameter. Boom. So then we don't have to later make a separate line declaring the parent of these objects. Like we don't have to do ap.parent equals parent. We can just call it right away. And then what we are going to do, we're going to go ap.maxForce, and I'm going to make it 10 to the 5th. It's a big number. I'm going to go ap.position equals position. ap.responsiveness. This is just a preference, but I like to set it to 200. You can look further into what responsiveness is. Basically, yeah, how quickly it can train your physical. I don't know how how necessary it is here, but let's go. And then an important setting that we need to turn on is its mode, which by default, what align position does is you have two attachments, one here, for example, one here, and then this first attachment is just going to travel to the second one. That's the basis of it. But we're not going to have a second attachment, we're just going to have a position that's going to travel to. So we're actually going to turn off the second attachment option. We're going to go enum.position alignment mode dot one attachment. That should be it for setup. Oh, and we do have to set the first attachment, so attachment 0 to the attachment that we made. And then we're going to use a service we imported, which is debris. Basically, we're just going to add this object for our desired length, right? We're going to go AP and length, and we passed in this length as a parameter up here. And finally, what we do, return AP. That's it. All right. But this won't actually make you dash, make you move forward. So I know this is our second function, but we're actually just gonna make another one. We're gonna make a function called dash. No parameters on this one. We're gonna go local AP equals, and then we're gonna call our make align position. So make align position. We're gonna pass in human root part dot position. We're gonna pass in, let's make our length like 0.1 seconds. And then our parent is human root part. So that's it. Then we're gonna use the run service here. So, and we're gonna do it as so. While run service dot heartbeat, wait. So basically every tick, we're gonna do local direction is equal to humanoid report, no, character dot humanoid, the humanoid dot move direction. Or if this, what this returns is it's a vector 3, so like a 3 valued component. But if, for example, it returns 0, 0, 0, we don't want to just move in a straight line, or not at all. So we're going to set this direction equal to the character's look vector. We do it as so. So we go if direction is equal to vector 3 dot new, so this default vector 3. Then we're going to set direction to direction is equal to let's see, what did I make it? Oh yeah, humanoid care dot humanoid dot c frame dot, I think we just do HRP, yeah, dot c frame dot look vector, and we're done. Oh, let's actually end it up here. I want to just make it a quick one-liner, and then basically we're pretty much done. You just go AP dot position is equal to AP dot position plus our direction, and this is gonna be like our dash power. So I'm gonna set it to like set it to 2. Let's actually set this as a parameter, right? I'm gonna go dash power times dash power, so it's easier to change later on. And finally, we're gonna call it up here. We're just gonna do dash and give it 2. Let's see if this works. Does not work, but let's see if we are spawning it in. We're not. Oh, I know what. We haven't called our action manager at all. Just gonna go down here, call action manager. There we go. There's our dash. But you see how I can spam it? Quick fix. We're gonna need 2 more declarations. We're gonna go local last dash and local dash cd, and our dash cooldown, let's make it 1 second. Oh, zoomed in. You want to zoom in? Let's make one more function. All right, I love functional programming. Just gonna make another one. Let's go function dash debounce. So we're gonna get a little variable called now. That's just the current tick we're on. We do if now minus last dash is greater than or equal to dash cd. Spelled again. Then we're just gonna go return true, and we're also gonna set last dash to now. That's really it. Let's return false, otherwise I don't know. I like to be explicit sometimes, so let's return false. We don't actually have to do that. And then up here we go. If dash debounce is true, we don't have to. Here we don't actually have to be explicitly saying equals true. We can just leave it as is, and then go ahead and dash. Right. Oh, I didn't pass it a number. Oops. Lots of errors here. This should be fully fixed now. Yeah. Here we go. We're good. And you can see I can't spam it. I'm pressing my button. Probably can't hear it. But I'm press spamming through here. The main goal of this video is to show you that I made a dash that doesn't fling you. So how can I not show you that it doesn't fling you? Let's make a part here. Anchor part. We're just gonna run into it. Boom. Not flung. How's that? Yeah, that was it. I know this is a super basic script. You probably shouldn't just copy paste this into your game. I mean, you can. This is just a framework. I don't know. Follow it. Don't follow it. Now you know that you can use a line position to not fling you. Don't use body velocity or linear velocity if you're trying to make a dash that doesn't fling you consistently. You know. And then if you're trying to add in your dash animations, just there's plenty of tutorials out there on YouTube. So yeah, go ahead and do that. I'm out.